Brilliant. Excellent. Welcome, property lovers, to Property Focus, your window into the world of architecture, building construction, and real estate. A recent report said that Kenyans need more than 2 million homes to boost its economic growth. Now, if you know anything about building with stone, this could take forever. A solutions-oriented entrepreneur, George Mutua, saw an opportunity here and introduced into the Kenyan market a new system of producing precast concrete wall panels. This venture over the past 5 years has seen his company, Global Precast, grow into the #1 spot of producing precast concrete panels. Now, this is a good story about an innovative product, so buckle up and welcome to yet another amazing episode. I'm your host, Peter Ngigi. Well, folks, I'm here on site here at Ngong, and we're looking at a fantastic holiday home as our project review with Harriet. Welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you, Peter.
Brilliant. Glad to have you. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Harriet.
Yes.
I'm a director at Global Precast Panels. We deal in precasts,
Yes.
and I am very passionate about construction, and in particular, construction with precast.
Now, this magnificent project, tell us about the features of this particular home.
Well, as you can see, this is a mansionette,
Yes.
3-story up.
Yeah.
We've built it using our precast material.
Yes.
In particular, we've done the columns with the precast columns. The beams are precast. The walls are precast. The slab is precast.
Yes.
And basically everything that you're seeing, apart from the metal, is ideally precast material.
How many slabs did you use for this particular project?
For the wall panels, we've used about 300 panels. And for the slab, it's about 480 square meters per floor, which you do on your first floor and
Yes.
on the rooftop.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell us about the costs. How much did it cost for the slabs and also for the panels?
The slab alone costs about 4,000 per square meter.
Okay.
Of course, there's the installation cost and maybe transportation, depending on the location of where your site is.
Yes.
For the wall panels, it's 1,305 per square meter. So depending on your height of the house, because precast, we bring for you according to your needs. Like for this house, the ground floor, the height is about 6.4 meters high.
Yes.
The upper floor is about 2.7, which is the standard.
Yes.
So that is the beauty of actually precast. We're able to customize and bring for you according to your needs.
Yes.
And just what fits what you want.
This seems complex. This over here at the very front.
Yes.
How high is it?
Actually, it's not very complex. Of course, it seems complex,
Yes.
but with precast technology, we simplify construction with that. So the height of the ground floor is about 6.4 meters high,
Yeah.
which we are able to achieve comfortably with the precast material without having to introduce a ring beam, which you would normally do if you are using stones,
And the
which
ring
is an
beam
extra
that
cost.
Extra metal.
Exactly.
Okay.
You don't need to introduce all that.
Yes.
But with the panels, you can achieve a high height like that at no extra cost, at no extra material. Then we have the top floor, which is 2.7 meters for the wall.
Yes.
Of course, there's the space for the beams also, about 300 mm.
Yes.
Yes.
What about the cost of the house? Tell us about that.
Well, before we go to the cost, we also have the slab,
Yes.
which is also part of the house.
Yes.
We have the slab on the ground floor
Yes.
and on the top floor. And for you to be able to put a slab on top of a 6.4 meter high wall, normally when you're doing it the normal way, it would take so much manpower. You have to put up the poles and like a hoist. But with precast slab, you're able to come with your slab. We just install with a crane. One day we are done with one floor. The structure alone is about 6 million. Then maybe now, depending on your tastes in finishes, you know, there are finishes from Italy, Turkey, China,
True.
depending on your budget.
So what factors should one consider when building with precast?
There are so many factors that come into play,
Yes.
like the factor of time.
Yes.
With precast panels,
Yeah.
you're able to plan your time
Yes.
on site. And for example, this project is a 3-month project, which we are nearly able to finish within that time. Yes, we're in month 2 right now.
All of this
Exactly.
Okay.
The 3rd month will be basically to do the finishes. Yes.
Okay.
There's another factor of costs. With precast panel, you save the costs on material and on labor. Because you're taking less time on site, definitely your labor cost will go down. Most of the other products we install using machineries like the cranes and the hoists. Like those are like beams, columns, and the slab. Therefore, it saves you on time on the costs of that project.
And Harriet, I don't see any water.
Yes, because now most of the product is produced off-site. We just come with it on site when it's ready. Therefore, you will be able to manage your site, especially for the contractors. You're able to manage your site and plan your site nicely and have control of how your site looks, because when the material come, they come and they're installed immediately. Hence, saving you on time, saving you on space. The product is produced in a controlled environment. Therefore, when the product comes to you, or when we bring the product here, it is a quality product. It is strong. It has gone through the pre-stressing process, and therefore just a quality and strong product that you would want to use to build your house. We have hollows on the panels, which we use for things like plumbing and electricals, therefore giving you a neat finish to your house. You don't have wires hanging all over or the pipes, you know, so when the fundi comes for the normal construction, they start hacking your house. We don't have that when we are using the precast material. And of course, what I'd already said about saving you on costs. With the precast panels, you don't have wastage on site. You don't need to buy extra material. The product is a finished product. When it comes, you just skim and paint, especially for the wall panels and the slab. You will only do your screeding and your tiling after that. And of course, if you're looking for precast material, you come to a company like ours that has experience. We've been tested with time, and get your products from us.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Harriet, thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. And for 7 million shillings, you can actually have a holiday home with precast material such as this. Now we're going to take a short commercial break, but when we're back, more on this precast panels in just a moment with the architect. Stay tuned. And welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned. Now, columns are generally used as cast, and not only can they be produced with beauty, but strength as well, incorporating the dual purpose of structural and architectural elements. We've got an architect here to just tell us a little bit more about that. Welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you, Peter.
Tell us about yourself.
My name is Raphael, an architect by profession.
Yes.
And I work with Global Precast.
What does one need to know about precast panels when you're setting up your construction site?
For the setup is basically as normal as possible. Just do the normal foundation. Then from there, the precast can be laid, and it's quite a fast process. Yes.
So you get the plans?
You get the plans.
And you submit to the
local county governments, get all the statutory approvals, and then we are good to go.
So what has been the uptake of this new trend?
I can say it's quite interesting. More and more people are getting used to the idea of using precast because of the efficiency and the speed of doing the works.
How long does it take to put up a structure?
I'll say half the time, or even the quarter of the time that normal brick and mortar can take. Because you can imagine, if I have a workforce of 3 or 4 people, we can do almost 10 to 15 precast per hour. So in a day, you can have a whole structure.
Aside from residential use, where else have you used these panels?
The panels can be used for anything commercial, anything private, even holiday homes and everything. As long as you have the plan. The precast, for the example, the slab is just a normal size at 150 mm. The precast is at 100 mm. That means even the walls, especially the partitions, they make your rooms look much more bigger. They make it more straight. Hii maneno ya kabiro, it's quite interesting, but you never face that with this. Huh? They're much more straight and more efficient.
Tell us about some of the projects you've done with precast panels.
We have done some projects in Nanyuki, some holiday cottages which came out very nicely. You should visit there. And also we have some few other holiday homes in Ngong, other commercial spaces also. But I think we'll be having a visit on one of ongoing projects as we go on.
So what are some of the advantages of using these precast panels?
The best and the most interesting one is the speed of building your unit. Because if you save on time, you save on money. You save on labor cost, you save on so many other things. Also, you don't have a lot of waste on site. That makes it more and more, how do I say? You don't spend so much on your building as you should. Yeah. So you have more money for your finishes and some few other things. Yeah.
Tell us, is this something that has been embraced by the architectural fraternity?
I would say it's an ongoing process, but I think more and more people are getting used to the idea of using precast. I think even the government needs to do this for the schools, for the CDF projects and other projects also. It's quite interesting because if they save on money, of course, the government also saves on something.
Well, brilliant. Thank you for coming to the show. I love it. Fantastic. Now, if you want to build a project in record time, be it an institution, government, or a homeowner, you know what to get. Precast panels. That was absolutely amazing. We're going to go into our billboards with another innovative product and then a review of this factory. Stay tuned.
Did you know that with a home biogas system you can produce up to 6 hours of cooking gas per day from animal waste and kitchen waste? Our biogas system is built to help you save money and live a smoke-free and healthier life. To learn more, call us at 0111 212 242 or visit our website at www.klot.co.ke.
Welcome back and thanks for keeping it property focused. Now imagine if you wished to build a house and you walked into a supermarket and bought your feature wall, staircase, boundary walls and have the house built in just 3 months. I met an entrepreneur who's making this a reality for developers and homeowners today out here in Kitengela, Acacia. Let's go have a chat with George. Good. George, good. Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Finally, shall I?
Please have a seat.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and thank you for coming. Yes. And welcome to Global Precast Panels.
Brilliant. Tell me about Global Precast.
Precast is not new. If you came through Mombasa Road, you know of the expressway. Yes. That is purely precast. Okay. You've seen the SGR, of course. So most of it is suspended. That's all precast. So what you're trying to say is that you can take all that and now replicate when it comes to construction, because you know, of course, the efficiencies that it comes with, the time savings, the money savings. So we are saying it's not something that is new. It's been there, but now we need to take this seriously when it comes to construction because of the many advantages and the benefits that it comes with. So we are saying precast is the future. Precast is here to stay. You know, we've been having challenges with the traditional brick and mortar. If you look at our quarries, they're being depleted. Many other times we hear of, you know, some counties have said there's no sand harvesting. So construction is becoming more expensive as we move on a day-to-day basis. So we are saying we can take good care of environment and then offer you solutions when it comes to construction. Of course, affordably and within a short time of period and avoiding all the hassles that we've been talking about or hearing in the market. Yeah, so precast is here to stay. Precast is the future and Global Precast Panels is here to sort you.
I did know that the sand deficits are being depleted in certain counties.
It's been happening, and unfortunately, you even hear people losing their lives when those quarries collapse. Why don't we give them a solution? People need to adopt alternative methods of construction, and actually, it's something that has been there. It's only that you are lucky to have maybe the quarry stones, but if you look at the Western countries, they don't have the luxury. Even in other places, they use bricks, the clay bricks. But we are saying with this technology, we're giving you quality because this is purely concrete. It's strong and it stands the test of time. And of course now above all, saves you money, time and the hassles that you would have gone on a normal day. So we are a household name, we give you all the solutions.
I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. That's why Americans are building brick houses.
True.
Now, how can our viewers reach you?
We are located on Namanga Road, Kitengela. You can reach us by physically visiting our office. It's well branded, Global Precast Panels. And in case you missed that, if you go to Google, you search for Global Precasts, we come top. Yeah. And then you can reach us, of course, through calling our telephone numbers, which is 0796 247 267 or 0702 247 267 or 0731 247 267. All the numbers, right? We also big on social media. You can reach us via Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All our handles is Global Precast Panels. Wonderful. Yeah, so maybe I would encourage your viewers to pay us a visit, then we show them the next frontier in construction.
Give us your parting shot.
So we have columns, we have beams, we have wall panels, we have precast stairs, but I think it's something that I'll be able to demonstrate or explain to you when we move to our factory, which is just here.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, sure. This way?
And fantastic, we're here on the site. Wonderful. Yes, so tell us about these precast panels.
Welcome to our factory. This is where we do the production for all our products. Like I mentioned earlier, we are a household name when it comes to precast products. We have precast wall panels, we have precast slab, we have H-beams for the fence, we have columns and the beams for story buildings. All the production is done here. We have where we do the production over that side. So we have where the ratios are mixed, depending on the product that you are dealing with, and then now they are transferred, and then now they are done here. So ideally, this is where we do our production for all the products that I've mentioned.
In terms of the composition, how do you differentiate between the panels, the columns?
Now, each and every product is different from the looks and even from the purpose that it serves. Right here we have the precast slab, we have the precast panels over the other side, that is for the walls, and we have the H-beams on that other side, and then on the farthest we have the columns and the beams. So ideally each product looks different from the other.
Interesting. So a client comes, what is the process then of processing the panels?
Our process is pretty easy. What we require from a client is someone just to come to our office with a plan, and then now architectural plan, then we do the calculations for them. After doing the calculations for them, which we don't charge actually, we give them a quotation. So once we give them a quotation and we're in agreement, then now we come to production, because most of our products are tailor-made as per the specifications of each and every client's likes or their drawing. So once we're in agreement, now we come here and do the actual production, which is now tailor-made depending on the product that they're taking.
Interesting. So what gets into the machine?
We have now the mixer. You now use various aggregates depending on the product that you're talking about, or we are producing for that matter. We have normal sand, we have cement, which can be in different classes depending on the product that we are doing. So you have two types of cement as well, and two types of sand. Now, the engineer or the site engineer is the one who's responsible for the mixers, just to make sure that the ratios are done in the correct manner. And then our mixer is highly automated in terms of even the ratios from the sand, cement, including water. So once that has been catered for, now we go to the actual business. So once the products have been done or they've been produced, now we come to cutting, where now we cut as per the client specifications, like I mentioned earlier.
Now, once the panels are on the track, how do you ensure that it doesn't stick?
We use some special agents just to make sure that the product does not stick to the runway or to the rail, and it's worked perfectly well. So it's applied prior to casting and press dressing.
Now, there's some wires on the runway track. Is it runway?
Probably now, that is when we get to the details, because all the products that you're talking about here, they are reinforced. So for the wall panels, they are reinforced using a galvanized steel, just to make sure that when they are compacted, they are stronger and they meet the quality strengths that you're looking at, and even to make them stronger than other methods of precast. When we talk about the slabs, they are reinforced using the normal deformed bars like you would when you're doing your casting on site. So the only difference is that these ones are pre-stressed, and they are manufactured or produced in a controlled environment. That is what makes them stronger than, you know, the normal casting, because you realize sometimes when you're doing that, because it's mostly done manually, you even have cases of vibrator breaking down, or even the guy who's putting the water not getting the mixtures or ratios right. So here it's the production is under controlled environment, and of course we use a lot of technologically equipped machinery, just to make sure that we meet the strength levels that are required.
Now tell us about the plumbing, piping, and the conduits that are usually put into the wall. How do you do that with these panels?
To answer your question directly is, if you look at these products, they are hollows. So when you're doing the assembly at the client's site, you don't need to hack and plaster back and do all that comes with it. So those are actually provisions for electricals and plumbing. You just need to cut with a grinder where you need to have either your socket or your switch or your water tap. So that is an advantage. Now, to take you aback, when a customer walks into our office for a quotation, we are able to give a precise quotation. Remember, in the normal construction, there's a lot of guesswork, whereby after you've been given a quotation, probably you are left with the heaps of sand, or you told to add a few bags of cement here and there. So these ones, because they have a specific dimensions, if you're talking about the slab, we know the SQMs or the square meters, so it means we'll supply you with the exact slab that you need. That eliminates wastage, that to make sure that you are well prepared financially, because what we quote for is exact. Nothing more, nothing less than what you need.
So there is no such thing as additional sand expected on site. There is no thuggery.
Those things do not exist. And now, when now it comes to when you're doing the actual job, we make sure that we produce everything, and then now we bring on site. So even when it comes to time taken, you take a lesser period, because you have all the materials on site, and then you spend less on labor, because for precast we don't have to take forever. If it's the slab, it comes ready, we come with a crane, we lift and fit it where it needs to be. Within 2 days you have your floor slabs ready. If it's the wall panels, same. If it's the fence, same. So ours is just a matter of, we do everything at the factory. By the time we are going to a customer site, the house is more or less done. So it's a matter of assembly, which takes ideally a few days, and you're good. So which is very convenient in terms of time taken, and even in terms of costing, because the labor costs then reduce drastically.
So what you're saying, at Global Precast, you can have the structure of a building in just 1 week?
Definitely, that's what we are trying to say, because we come with the materials that are ready. No curing that is required whatsoever. Everything that leaves the factory is ready for use, and within a week you have your house, whether the walls or whether the slab, whether the fence, whatever it is. It's a matter of how we organize and plan ourselves. Remember, again, I said everything is custom made, so we are not coming to do any guesswork when we come to the site. Everything comes ready, everything fits as it's supposed to fit.
Brilliant, and that's why Americans use brick and not stone. Who would have thought? Now, construction technologies are new and definitely worth embracing from the construction industry, like you just learned from Global Precast. Now, that's all the time we have for today. And remember, if you're watching the show, get in touch with us on Property Focus on Facebook and Property_Focus_ on Instagram, Property Focus on YouTube, and we'll be more than happy to have more guests on the show. Now, this has been most delightful, absolutely amazing. I've been your host, Peter Ngigi. George, let's take it away, sir.